it's Eric here, and today I'm bringing you a video of me working on my car. I got a 2005 WRX. Today, just going to do a simple oil change. So I'm going to go through the steps of an oil change and show you what I do. Here we go. Alright, I'm back out here at my car. This is my car, and 2005 WRX. Had some mods to it. I'll talk about that in another video, but there it is. I got green tape on there. There's a lot of rocks out here and it chips up your rims, so that just protects the outside of the rims because they're stretched. So what you'll need for an oil change, you'll need your jacks. You want to make sure your car is level, so you drain all the old oil out. And then next, I got my oil. I got the Rotella T6 5W40. You're gonna need about 4.5 quarts roughly. So you want to check it though. So anywhere between 5.5 to 8 quarts, or 5.5 to 4.8. Sorry. And then we got my Mobil 1 oil filter. It's a M1 M1 108 oil filter. You're gonna need a funnel. Probably want a rag. Jack. I got this other jack here because my big jack won't fit underneath my car right here. So I'm gonna have to lift up the side of the car just about a couple inches. Then I got my oil filter socket here. I don't know what size it is, but it fits on that oil filter. I got my tool set. You'll need a 17 millimeter, I believe, or no, it's 14, something like that. I'll remember once I go into the car. But to get the oil drain plug off, and probably want something to lay on, so I got a towel right there. So let's get to it. Okay, now that we got the car jacked up, got it on all fours, use a pinched weld in the front for the support, and in the rear, I just used, I think it's a trailing arm, like bushing or mount. It's a really stable spot. The pinch weld's in the back here, getting kind of rusty, so I don't want to mash them up. And then for the jacking points, I use a rear differential for the rear jacking point. And then for the front, I use the front like, I think it's like the front engine, I forget what it's called, but anyways, right there. Don't use the oil pan. Some people do that, crush it. So right back there. So put the oil pan under here, drain the oil, take off the oil filter, and go from there. Okay, so now we got the oil draining. Probably want to wait a few minutes. Make sure all the oil gets out. So make sure all the bad oil gets out so you have nice clean oil in your engine. And then when you're under here, you want to check for any other leaks. I got a leak there. I think it's from my turbo. It's right by the up pipe. It's probably just leftover residue from my old turbo. I upgraded the turbo and my oil line was just leaking oil terribly, so got a new oil line in there, so I think I fixed that problem. And then just look over everything. It's a good idea. Sway bar, end links, I just replaced those. I didn't make a video, but so tie rod, CV boot, exhaust, just look at everything under your car, make sure everything's good, tight. I'll be making a video on the CV axle replacement. I split a boot halfway here from Wisconsin to Colorado, and the CV axle just makes a whole bunch of noise because it ran out of grease and I didn't have time to replace it on the way here. So there's going to be a video on that. So I'll come back when this oil is all done draining. So the oil is almost done draining, so we'll go up to the engine bay and get everything ready up there. See if I can do this one-handed. Let's see. Someone's flying today. Nice day for flying. Very nice day. So, hold on one second. Okay, up here we got our engine, so want to remove. Damn, that's tight. What the fuck? Oh boy. I don't know why that was that tight. So, got the oil neck funnel off, or cap. It's always a good idea also to clean this, so you get a good seal. Make sure your cap is all good and seal is good. So you don't want any like ventilation issues with your oil. And then also when you're in the engine bay, just check over everything. Check your coolant. So coolant's up here. Make sure it's like still green or whatever color your coolant is. No sludge on your cap. Still green, all good. Check your intercooler, all your hoses, intake, turbo, just look over it quick. Exhaust. I already checked my tranny fluid, but make sure you check that once in a while. It's always a good idea. So, go back down here, and then you're gonna want to clean your oil drain and where your oil filter goes. Plug back in. You don't want to tighten that up very tight so you don't leak any more oil. Also clean this area where your oil filter goes. Make sure it's all clean, no dirt on it, no rust. Get a good seal. Tighten your oil drain plug. You want it snug, but not too tight. There we go. And then take your new oil filter right here. I always just put a little bit of that old oil on that seal. Don't need a whole lot. You want to lubricate that seal so it doesn't crack when you put it on. Just a little oil on there. Then want to start by hand tightening it. And then once it gets snug, can't turn it anymore with your hand, take your oil wrench, and I always do about a half to 3/4 of a turn, so make sure it's snug but not overly tight. So right about there is good. Looks good. Always wipe off any extra oil, so when you start your engine, you know if you're leaking anything. So when that's done, go back up to the top and add your oil. So after you added your 4.5-ish quarts, I think I said 5.5 quarts before, but I added 4.5 quarts in my engine. So make sure, try not to drip on your engine, because oil sticks good on everything and it's a pain in the ass to get off. So I guess you don't have to put your oil cap back on, but take your dipstick out. You don't want. So it looks like we are basically just at full. Sorry, my camera's not focusing. There we go. I'll probably add a little bit more, but that's good for now. You just want to check it right now, make sure it's at a good enough spot so that you start your engine, make sure the oil goes through your engine all the way, and check it in a few hours and add as necessary. So that is how you do an oil change. So only takes about 30 minutes of your day, not too hard, if that. So then put the car back on the ground, take it for a drive, check it in a few hours, and it should be good to go. Alright, the car is back on the ground, oil is in. We're going to give it a start up and see how she runs. So inside. Clutch in, key in, fuel pump, like butter. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Anyone can do an oil change. I'll have a lot more videos coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. I got CV axle replacement. I think I got some, what was it? Outer tie rods I gotta do, and just some little stuff with my car. I'll do a review on my car soon. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I like doing these type of videos, so let me know if you like it too. They'll get better. I'm just starting out, so sorry if it's a little choppy, but I'll get better. So thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Thanks.